Did you just buy a water slide and you're excited to use it, but you're not quite sure how to set up the water system? Well, you've come to the right place. How you doing? My name is Alan. I'm here with HeroKiddo. And today we're going to talk about the 3 most important steps to setting up your water system. 1, we're going to talk about how to connect your water hose. 2, we're going to talk about how to position your water hose so that you can have even coverage. And 3, we're going to talk about the importance of having the right kind of water pressure to ensure that your unit works for you perfectly all year long. As a bonus, we're going to add a couple pro tips right at the end of this video. So the first thing you want to do is you want to blow up your unit, and you're going to want to locate these little Velcro straps or loopholes. You want to run your hose all the way up to the top. You can do this while it's deflated, or if while it's inflated, we can go to the back of the unit. The first thing you're going to want to do is turn off your blower. The next thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to open your zipper almost all the way. Let a lot of air out. It's perfectly fine. Once you see the unit start to deflate and coming at you, and it gets low enough to where you think you can reach the top of the hose, you're going to want to go ahead and re-zip this maybe about 75% of the way. And now you can go around back to the front and we can install the hose. So we have our hose. The unit has become deflated enough so that I can actually run this all the way up to the top. Another thing you want to make sure you do is this is called our bladder system, and you want to make sure that this is going to be put between any kind of Velcro, and you can run it through the loop. This will help keep it parallel so the water can run straight across, and it will help with not overinflating or having any kinks in the bladder system. So what you can do is you can go ahead and screw this all the way on. Make sure you get it on the correct threads. Pull this up a little bit. And now I'm going to go back and turn on the blower and make sure I zip everything closed. If you want, you can go ahead and put a little extra slack in the hose. And now you can see in just a matter of a few seconds, the unit is fully inflated and the bladder system is parallel. When using our water system, make sure you keep the water pressure at about this level. This water pressure is being done where the knob has only been turned about 1/4 of the way on. You don't want to overinflate the bladder. If you overinflate the bladder, you will damage the seams and you might have issues with your water system later on. This is an example of the water pressure being way too high. As you can see, it's going to bust the seams over on the bladder system, and that's going to cause major water coming out the side of the unit instead of going into the pool. This is an example of what not to do. I promised some pro tips, and I'm going to deliver. So, as a pro, you might want to buy a few extra accessories to make your rental life a little bit better. One thing you might want to get is either a water restrictor or a water splitter with 2 restrictors. As you can see, water restrictors allow you to control how much water goes in for you. This will allow that error where a lot of your clients might turn on the water pressure too high and might damage your water system. Let me show you how to put them on. So if you want to use just the water restrictor, you can go ahead and plug this right into your main water source. Then take your hose, screw that all the way on. Once you have it installed, you can use this as a way to control how much water goes through. So even if your client turns on the water too high, they turn it all the way on, this restrictor amount will still control how much water goes through your unit. This will help protect your water bladder system. One other option you might want to consider is using a splitter with 2 restrictors on it. The advantage of this is all you do is you go ahead and screw that right there, and you want to get 2 short hoses, one that can fill your pool and the other that can go straight up to your water bladder system. You can tell your client not to touch the one that goes up to there, and you can set the restrictive amount of water, same way we did with the restrictor that was at the source, and then you can have this one be fully open so they can fill up their pool. And you can leave your client and just say, when the pool's full, turn this one off and you're good to go. Saves you a lot of time when you're dropping off. We hope you found that video about our water systems very helpful. If you'd like to watch any of our other product videos, please check out any of these ones that we have right over here. If you have any further questions, please email us at support@herokiddo.com, or you can check us out on our website at herokiddo.com. Thank you very much for watching.